Alright guys, hey, how's it going? It's Goomba here, and I am going to talk to you guys today about the Elgato Game Capture card. And primarily what this thing is about is it records game capture, basically. Right now I'm recording this with my PlayStation Eye, so the quality is not as great as you'd like it to be. I'm sorry, I deeply apologize. But it does come with an AV-in cable for PlayStation users because PlayStation has a no piracy uh, output to their HDMI cables or anything other than that. So you do have to use the AV cable, unfortunately. But for other types of gaming or recording, you can use the HDMI in. The in is basically anything that you want to record that plugs into that. On the other side, you have a HDMI out. So when you want to record an HDMI and you can, you can put anything. It doesn't matter because it's already coming in through the other side. The HDMI in, which is recording and will display any type of HDMI out. And also through USB. The USB is basically just the power source, and all you have to do is to engage the recording system is to plug in the USB. Now I'm going to show you, this was just the capture card. I'm going to go ahead and show you the rest of the cables that come with it. Alright, so here is the cable that goes into the AV output. This is for PlayStation users, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. Now this goes into the AV in, so all you have to do is go ahead and plug this in for your PlayStation users. And here we go. Alright, so this goes to your component. This is audio video in to components, and you have your regular blue, green, and red, and your two audios, left and right, I believe. Alright, and again, I use both of these setups for PlayStation and Xbox when I do play Xbox, but I mainly play PlayStation. So you do have all of your setups here on component. So make sure you buy a component if you're using the component so you can get an easy, quick swap when you're playing whichever gaming console, and it's not as hard to switch them out when you're playing different consoles. Alright, so now that I explained to you what the audio video in is, I'm going to show you what connectors I use to put them in there. Alright, and it's basically just a general knowledge. Blue goes with blue, as you can see here, so I'm going to put this in the back. Blue goes with blue. We're going to go with red next. So the way you got to figure this out is right here. On the red, there is two reds. So you have the red and the yellow, and it has its own audio. So that way you can easily figure it out. Alright, so then once you figure that out, this audios will go into the double port. Red with red, white with white. Simple. I'm going to put this in the back. Going to cycle through the ones that I haven't put together. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the red with red and the green with green. And I'm pretty much all set to go. The only thing that I don't have set up is my USB port in my output. So I'm going to go ahead. This is my output. I'm going to be using HDMI. It doesn't matter what kind you're using, as long as your TV can support whatever HDMI out or whatever you're going to be using. So no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and hook up my HDMI to HDMI 1. Alright. And with that HDMI set up here, I'm going to go ahead and plug it into the HDMI out, which is on this side. And what is also on this side is the USB port. So now I'm gonna show y'all what the USB does. Alright, so now that we have that in there, so for PlayStation users, if you want to use a microphone, you're gonna have to get these jumper cables. Usually they'll come with a PlayStation, the PX21s or the P21s, and you can go ahead and just jump these into the audio. So you're gonna have to pull your white out, plug the white jumper in, the piggyback is what I call it. Anybody else calls it any different. And then the red piggyback into the red slot. And then jump that one in there. And now this is mainly for if you have a headset, in which I do use a headset, so when I'm recording I would like to hear my teammates and all the audio that's happening around me. Unfortunately with this you cannot change the chat and game volume. So unfortunately you're going to have to use just one volume is all, so you're going to have to in-game switch that up. What I've done was in-game I turned down my volume or my game volume or chat volume, whichever one is more overpowering. So what I usually do is once I get all this set up, this right here, this is when I go in with my USB so I can get my video. And now I'm going to set it to HDMI 1. Alright, so sweet. We set it up to HDMI 1. Give me a quick second. Plug this in. And it comes with a heavy duty HDMI or USB cable. It's a USB pretty heavy set one, if you ask me. And all of these come with, all this Elgato comes basically with the component adapter and a USB cable. I'm pretty sure that it came with anything else, but this is a pretty high quality HDMI cable. It also has Ethernet integrated into the cable, so that's amazing. That's great. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to turn off my PlayStation for a second. Okay, go ahead and turn it back on. Get my PlayStation controller out. Set all this up. And awesome, there we go. Now we have the PlayStation set up. Now you're going to use your controller, and since mine's already been set up, what we're going to do here is we're going to go to OK. Once I turn my PlayStation controller on. Gotta go ahead and hit OK. And then this is when we're going to go over and go to the basic general settings. And you might have to work with your PlayStation on this, but it's basically a generalized, pretty much common sense. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and go to settings, sound settings. We're going to go to multi-out. Go ahead and hit on. And this is for, let me read what it has underneath it. Sets out audio through multiple connectors simultaneously. Audio output and the connectors that are not selected in. So basically, when you have a microphone set up, if you don't have a microphone set up, it's not that big of a deal. You're just going to be recording through what your TV is putting out. Or more yet, it's not going to be going through a headset like this right here.